Today we are in the southern parts of Cape Town in Western Cape, South Africa, and we are going to be asking strangers at a market what they do for a living, how much they earn, and what they're up to in their daily lives. What's your name, your age, and what do you do for a living?
So my name's Kyle, I'm 23 and I'm a subcontractor for Toyota.
And do you enjoy doing what you're doing?
Love it.
Why?
It's just the experience overall. I'm a car guy and I love it, and Toyota's one of the best out there, and what more can I say? GR all the way.
And how much do you think would be comfortable for a South African to make on a year-to-year basis?
To be comfortable, let's call it about maybe 300,000, I would say around there.
What's your name, your age, and what do you do for a living?
I'm a expo. I set up expositions, and my name's Lloyd. And I'm 34.
So what was your dream job?
It's not the same as what I thought I would be doing now. It would be a Formula One driver. Yeah.
Did you go to university?
Yes, I did.
Did you feel like it was worth your time?
No, it was not.
Why?
Because the things that I studied then and what I'm doing now is total different. It's not the same.
How much money do you think would be comfortable to make living in South Africa?
I would say living in South Africa is about 35,000. That is about the comfortable home, car, and having a family. That's about as minimum as 35, I would say.
What is your name, your age, and what do you do for a living?
My name is Louis. I'm 39 and I'm a farmer.
So how did you get into this occupation?
Well, it's been my whole life through my grandfather, my father and me. Then I'm a third generation farmer.
How much do you make per year?
Roughly around 300,000 gross.
And do you save?
Yes, definitely saving is important. Well, you just have to work out, what do you need per month, cut some costs and then save.
And would you like to work for an international company, like a company in the United States or a company in the UK?
I have been working in the United States for the past 8 years, also doing farming over there as well. And I'm back now in the country for a year and a half again.
So do you think it's beneficial to work overseas?
Definitely it is. Well, if you work out the exchange rate, the dollar rand, you benefit out of it.
What is your name, your age, and what do you do for a living?
Merritt's 45 and a general manager of a lodge.
So have you ever worked remote?
No. Oh, COVID happened to us all, but yeah.
What do you think the pros of working remote are?
The pros is obviously you don't need office space, you don't need the travel cost and all of that. So it's a hell of a lot. Overheads are a lot cheaper because you work from home.
What does a day in the life of you working in your job look like?
Get up at 7, work, go to bed at around 12.
So do you think you work hard?
And it's hospitality in general, so it's quite a hard job. And I come from a chefing background, so that's got its own challenges.
So how much money now, plus minus, do you make on a year-to-year basis?
About 350,000.
And what do you think is a comfortable earning to make in this country?
Anything above 25. Then you proper middle class.
And would you ever work for a foreign country?
Yes. Any European country, mainly, because there's lots of similarities between Europe and us.
What do you think the benefits of working for an international company is?
Financial. It's purely financial, because the quality of life in South Africa as it currently is, and we were on a trip to Europe, we were lucky enough to go recently, the quality of life in South Africa is better because you can get further with less, but it's purely financial because you bring dollars or euros back, and that's quite a substantial amount when you convert it.
And what advice would you give someone like me who wants to start a business or wants to get into the working world?
Don't go into hospitality. Stay focused, stay true to yourself, and pick something that makes you happy.
Can I get your age, your name, and what you do for a living?
Yes, so my name is Weasley. I'm 35 years old, and we sell trucks.
Okay, so what brought you to this business idea?
It was a bit of a change of career. Used to do used car sales, and then I got the opportunity to get into trucking. It was a bit nerve-wracking at the start, but it all worked out fine.
How much do you make in a year?
To give you an idea, last month was a kind of good month, but commission wise it was about 68,000 rand before tax, and then without basic.
What advice would you give someone like me who wanted to start a business?
Find your passion, your niche, and stick with it. It's not going to happen overnight. I'm actually reading a book called Atomic Habits. It's all about small changes and keeping with it. And eventually there will be compounded, what they call compounded growth, if you can put it like that. So just keep at it. Eventually it will work out.
Your name, your age, and what do you do for a living?
My name is John. I'm 52 and I'm in construction.
How much money are you earning on a year-to-year basis?
650, maybe 700.
So 700,000 rand, about. How much money do you think is comfortable to earn in this country in 2024?
I think maybe with a wife and kids, I don't know, 50 plus.
Have you ever worked remote?
No. We tried in lockdown, but I can do the financial stuff, but I need to build stuff, so I need to work.
What do you think the benefits of working remote would be?
I think it's like the flexi hours. Maybe it's like you don't need to go into office at like 7 o'clock and leave at 5 o'clock, so maybe it's just the flexi hours.
What advice would you give your younger self?
Just go for it. Don't be scared. We were scared we were staying at one company, 20 years. I think move around. Go 2-3 years, get some experience and move. Go for the bigger jobs. Don't. In the old days, you need to be like 5 to 10 years in one job. Otherwise, the people think if you move too much around and the people think there's something wrong with you. These days, the more jobs you got, the more experience you have. So if you have a job, just move. If after 2-3 years, it's a better opportunity to go.
Your name, your age, and what do you do for a living?
I'm Anthony Hamlin, I'm 38, and I'm a PPE product specialist for Dromex.
So how did you get into this?
I got into the wholesale business, and Dromex was one of our suppliers, and I always wanted to be part of the business, and then I approached them, and then I joined them in 2019.
How much money on average do you make on a year-to-year basis?
I'm in the, say, top 5%.
So top 5% in the country. And have you ever worked remote? Like, have you ever worked from home?
Well, my business now, a lot of it's 4 days a week is remote business, because I deal with clients all over the country, and it's like once a week I'll go into the office just to touch base with the team and that.
And what would you say are the pros of working remote?
Get a lot more done in what I'm doing. I'm very client-faced, so not being in front of a client, I'm not doing myself justice for the day.
And what would you say are the cons of working remote?
Not getting to see your team as much as you'd like, and I think that connection. You need to either have that time together every day, either virtually or just chat, or I'd definitely suggest we would like to have. You want to keep that relationship going, because your colleagues are your family at the end of the day. If you need something, they're the ones that are there to help you.
What is your name, your age, and what do you do for a living?
My name is Ben. I'm 64 years old and I'm an aquaponics farmer.
So how did you get into this industry?
Basically, I left my job to start something new. COVID caused me to think that we're going to need some feeding to people, and that's maybe the main drive.
Do you enjoy doing what you're doing?
I love it.
Why?
If you enjoy what you're doing, you're not working really, are you?
Do you have a team?
No, so fortunately I have my son working with me, so there's two of us, we are a team, yeah.
And how is it working with a family member?
It's difficult, especially your son, you see it as a child, but actually he's a grown man, so you have to sometimes start to listen to him, because he also makes sense. But we have our ups and downs, family, but we get through it.
And on a year-to-year basis, plus minus, how much are you making?
On a year-to-year basis, on a small-scale farm like mine, we do about 1.2 million.
And do you feel comfortable with where you're at in your salary?
No, you always want to grow more. You always want to grow more, yeah.
What are you going to do to take that next step to grow?
Okay, first thing what we decide is you take one crop, you specialize in that crop, and then you grow it bigger. Establish your markets, and you aim for a way. Then you tackle your next crop. See which one is the one that's going to do the same for you. You tackle that crop, make it small business, start it up, and then grow into it.
What advice would you give the younger generations who want to start their own businesses?
Get back to basics. We need it. We need people to grow. We need people to farm. We need people to produce. And there's going to become a shortage. I can see that, especially with climate change coming, the way that things are going. Small-scale farmers, it's affordable. You can do it. You can grow quite a bit, and you can make money out of it. So yes, I would encourage youngsters, young guys leaving school, leaving varsity, get into this. It's entrepreneurial, it's not easy, but there are people that actually got the skills that can transfer. And that's also one of my passions. I like to show people what to do and show my challenges so they don't make the mistakes I made in my life. Yeah.
What is your name, your age, and what do you do for a living?
My name is Andrew Evans. I am older than 50, and I'm the business owner with looking after coffee in in South Africa a company called Fuel Coffee, which is Truth, Origin and Tribe.
So how did you get into this industry?
Funnily enough, I did my MBA, and my MBA was on a company that didn't know it could be a global brand, and that happened to be Truth as a coincidence, sitting outside and having a coffee, and then it dawned on me to use this brand, and then I joined them, and we've taken it global now.
So you've taken your company overseas, and what do you see the benefits of working in a foreign country are?
I think diversification of your product and being able to bring really quality coffees through to the rest of the world. I think people are so used to mediocre that they don't know quality when they see it, and then when they do see it, it's an eye-opener, and it's quite refreshing when you see smiles on people's faces when they're having a really good coffee without sugar.
So what do you think sets your business apart from every other coffee company out there?
I think we happen to sell coffee. Our business is focused around service. So we look after a lot of the corporates, and what we do with those corporates is that we come in, we will train your baristas to be of such high quality that they will stay because they get paid more. I think they also enjoy working with us because we understand the machines that we're putting in there. We're not putting crap machines in that always break. We're putting machines in that we know we can get parts for. We also understand that, coffee machines need to make the business owner, be it a coffee shop or be it any business, it makes them money, and if a machine is not working, then they lose money. Just like us, our coffee shop on the busiest day of Sunday, if it doesn't make coffee, we lose 4,000 coffees on a day. So that's important for us.
And what was the moment where you were like, wow, I've made it, in terms of the company that you have now?
I think once we hit a certain threshold in terms of tonnage and our farmers started taking us more seriously, we've always been with the micro farmers, and when they sit up and take note and they are interested to have a meeting with you first before talking to other people, that's the moment that we realize that we've got something really good here, because we're buying larger and much larger volumes now.
And then plus minus, how much money do you make on a year-to-year basis?
From a company's perspective, we are north of 100 million, and from a personal perspective, I pay myself nothing really. It's just drawings as we need.
And then do you use social media to assist in garnering an audience?
Absolutely. We're quite active on Instagram, we're active on TikTok, we're very active on LinkedIn when we're recruiting staff and we're looking for our next champion barista. Obviously Facebook is more or less sometimes necessary for us, and those are the platforms that we use.
What is your name, your age, and what do you do for a living?
My name is Jacques. I'm 49 years old, and I've got my own business, a kitchen and cupboard business.
How did you start this business?
I started this business in 2005. It was actually by accident. I moved to the farm, and then we actually moved back into town, and we started the business from there.
So what does this business consist of?
It basically consists of manufacturing of kitchen cupboards, all type of cupboards actually inside your house. We've got a very broad business brand that we basically run as well. So we've got a gas part of it as well. We do gas installations that goes with the cupboards, like stoves and geysers, gas geysers. So yeah.
And would you ever take your company international?
Yeah, I think that's every business owner's dream, maybe, to do an international business type like that. But it's a very competitive business that we're running it. So yeah, it's going to be difficult if you do it, but it will be great, yes.
And have you ever been in debt before?
Yeah, many years ago. I think it was about 2008 to 2010. The session was in that part of the year, and I think we were in debt then. But since 2010, I haven't had debt at all. Yeah.
What's the best advice that you've ever received from a business standpoint?
I think it's not on the business side of it, it's more in life. It's when you've said sorry to a client more than once, and you said sorry, then you're done.
So what is your name, your age, and what do you do for a living?
William Field. I believe I'm 58 and I own a business in construction.
So how did you get into this industry?
As an entrepreneur, it's always progression. You start off working for people, whether it's sweeping the floors, whatever. It's all a learning process, and you take the branches that come in front of you, and mine led to construction, supplying of material for construction.
So do you enjoy doing what you're doing?
Yes, I do. You meet interesting people, builders, contractors from all walks of life are clearly very interesting people, and that's what I enjoy.
And is it easy to manage your team?
No. Staff is not easy to manage. I think the process of choosing the correct staff for the right job is not an easy process. It's always a risk. You're going to get the right person. So what we've learned in our company is you employ someone with slightly lesser skills in what you require, and then we do in-house training. And then we can mold them to how we do things.
Do you invest money, and then how do you navigate investing money?
I think the first port of call with saving money is investments. So, you have your long-term investments, medium-term and short-term. So you've got to make sure you are a little bit liquid. The other key thing is wastage. So buying toys is always nice. Everyone loves buying toys, but it can be a waste. So be selective with what you get, and buying things that have a higher value, maybe pay a little bit more so it lasts a little bit longer.
And how much money do you make in a year?
Very personal question. Thank you for that. I've been dying to tell everyone. It can be 2.5 million rand a year. But because I'm a company owner, I'm a partner in a company, that can change because money, we can decide what we're going to declare, what is going to get reinvested. So, currently in a decent year, it can be 2.5 million in your pocket. Next year, obviously, it's going to depend on what we can declare.
Okay, and then lastly, what is some advice that you would give the younger generations?
Don't chase the money too soon, number one. Number two, don't be afraid of working for nothing for experience. Experience is key. Whether you're sweeping the floors, because you can sweep a floor, but make sure you speak to managerial, you speak to those in position within the company that you admire, get your mentors and work yourself up, even if you have to force yourself into the company. So, and I would say a minimum 5 to 10 years of doing that with the goal in mind, eventually succeeding on your own. I think that's key. And so don't chase the money too soon. It's in the back of your mind. You know your goal, have a vision, but be prepared to do the hard yards to get there.
Thank you so much for your time. Lovely to meet you.
You're welcome.